welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I want to welcome you. My name is Eileen. I am the owner of Veer Up, and we're HR consultants. And what we do is help people who are struggling to find another job, or coach you into a new career, or help you if you're dealing with issues at the workplace. And again, I am a former HR executive. I am not an attorney, and I will put up a disclaimer saying that I never offer any type of legal advice. So today we're going to talk about I hate my job. Now, if you have never ever had this feeling, consider yourself lucky. Many people hate their job. In fact, there's a survey that I found that said in 2021, almost 62% of employees hate their job. That is a lot of people. So what I would like to do today is give you some tips if you hate your job. Before we get started, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And so the first thing we want to do is you want to keep that I hate my job thought to yourself. You don't want to go in the office talking about your boss or talking about how much you hate your job, and as well as putting it on the internet. I know a lot of people believe that Facebook is private, but I'm going to tell you, most employers have a team that is specialized in going out there to look and find information on your Facebook page. Your page may be private, but someone else's may not. So if you post something thinking, oh yeah, it's private, and then someone whose page, that's not private comments on it, they can still see some of the things that you post. So that's number one. Keep it to yourself. And the other part is you don't want to go in your office talking about, your job to other people in your department or in your business, because it will get back to upper management. So that's the first thing. And number two, like I said before, you are not alone. There's so many others that hate their job. And let's go through some questions that kind of figure out, do you really hate your job, or maybe something else is going on? Like on Sunday nights, do you get a really, really bad feeling about Monday? Do you sit and think about how much you hate going in? That is one sign that you hate your job. And another one is, do you feel really sick on Sundays? Do you get a crook in your neck or something in your back, on Sundays? Any physical issues that come up right before your job? And also, do you get some type of headache? That's another sign that you hate your job. So again, you are not alone, and we're really going to try to find some ways for you, especially if you can't leave your job right now. And then number three, I want you to think about ways that you can improve your working environment. Think about things that you can do yourself. You also want to develop a mantra about your situation, because this is going to help you make it through. So when you think about ways you can improve your working environment, will you do better if you had a different schedule? Maybe you were working from 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. Maybe it would be better if you work from 10:30 to 6:30 or something like that. Maybe your schedule can be changed. What is it that you hate about your job? Now, if it's something that can be fixed, let's talk about it with your supervisor. Those are things that you definitely can do. And another thing I found is that if I come in a little early and work a little late, taking an extra long lunch hour kind of helps me make it through the day. It breaks up the day. It really makes the day bearable. What about listening to music, your favorite music? As long as it does not distract you from your job, why not listen to some music, or even listen to some motivational videos, anything that can help you realize that this is not the only job that you're going to have in your lifetime. Going for a walk on your lunch hour, that always makes you feel better. So that is something you definitely can do to improve your working environment. How about starting up some type of committee? Companies love when employees, come up with creative ways to make the working environment better. I'm sure there has to be some committees that you can join, or even start up your own, like a wellness committee or a diversity committee. If you have happy employees, typically they are going to perform better. So these are some things that you can definitely do to make your working environment better. So if you did all of the steps that we talked about, to try to improve your working environment, but nothing worked. So now it's time for you to carefully do your job search. And the reason why I say carefully, because you want to keep your job search discreet. And I emphasize carefully. A lot of companies will treat employees differently if they find out that they're looking for a job. So you want to be discreet. You don't want to be dishonest, but you do want to be discreet. Because like I said, you want to do this job search carefully, meaning you don't want to schedule interview during necessary work hours. Try to do it during your lunch hour. And you definitely want to make sure you have someone that you trust who can do a reference for you, because most companies do require a professional reference. If they ask for someone that's in the company and they want a reference, you have to get someone that knows your work and that you trust, because a lot of times they don't do this until they're going to make an offer. And in fact, I will refrain from even giving them a reference until it is agreed upon that you're a final candidate, one of the final candidates, and then you can do a reference. And then before you do that, you definitely want to tell someone, your supervisor, that you are looking, because it's most likely when they start doing reference check, an offer is right around the door. So that's something you definitely want to do carefully. And also, I have a free downloadable information about LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is amazing when looking for a job. And they have a way to make it where your company that you work for do not know that you're looking. So that means that recruiters from your company can't see that you're open for new opportunities. So I really, really suggest that you go out there and click that button, because you are looking and other companies know, but your company doesn't have to know. So the next thing, once you start looking, you want to be very, very careful what you say about your job when you're interviewing, because a lot of companies will ask you, why are you looking to leave your company? And if you say something horrible about your company or your supervisor, it does not look good for you. They are not going to be like, oh, you had all that trouble with your company. Wonderful. You're going to be great here. What they're thinking is, oh, you must be a troublemaker, which of course is not true, but I'm just telling you, that's what some HR or interviewers will think. If you say you hate your job and you hate your boss, they're going to like, oh yes, you must have a personality flaw. So don't say anything negative. The best answer I can offer you, and again, this is not legal advice, this is just my opinion from 20 years of working in HR. You want to say something like, yes, it is not a good fit. You're not saying anything negative about the company. You're not saying anything negative about yourself. But typically, they're not going to dig deeper. But if they do dig deeper, just simply look at the company that you're interviewing with and make sure you know their mission statement and their values. And say something like, I just want to work for a company that's in line with my own personal and professional values, and make sure you can recite those values. And then finally, you want to resign with grace. I know that sounds really weird and corny, but a lot of people really don't do this. You want to resign and make sure that you do not burn bridges, because this will come back to bite you in the hiney. It really will, because I know so many people who did not give a 2 weeks notice, and I'm going to be honest, 30 days seems like a lot, but it really isn't if you have lots of clients. Like if you are just a job and you're on your own and you're an accountant or something like that, you know that you don't have to close a lot of accounts or something like that, then yeah, 2 weeks notice is great. But if you are someone that has many contacts with the company and you have to close out accounts and everything, 30 days is the best thing I would advise, because that way, you can definitely transition. Maybe they hire someone within that time frame, but you just don't want to leave them high and dry, even though you hate your job. But it's not about them anymore. It's about you and doing what's right. You never know when you're going to need someone, because I know someone that resigned from position and they didn't give 2 weeks notice. In fact, they gave them like 2 days. 15 years later, the manager was interviewing them for another job at another position. So, of course, they didn't get the job because, like I said, they remembered them. That's why I say do it with grace. You always want to give them as much time as needed to transition. Now, once you leave, I think that should be it. If they're still emailing you after you gave them the time to, that's no longer your, priority, because once you start a new job, you want to be committed and totally focus on that new job. So thank you so much for watching. Please put your comment and please like my video and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to go to my website, and I do put up jobs on there weekly. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye.